The story of the mandarin herding the buffalo. To this day, the villagers are still grateful to Bui Cam Ho, a poor man who, thanks to his intelligence, became a mandarin and returned to worry about the well-being of his people. During the Le dynasty, in the K Trio region, close to the foot of Han Lin Mountain, there was a poor orphan boy named Bui Cam Ho. When he was young, Ho went to study a few words with an old man, so he also learned a few words. Little did he know, but when he was just growing up, his parents passed away without leaving anything behind. He was alone, without any brothers or parents. He had to live by chopping wood. One day, Tiger caught a stray buffalo. He thought to himself, "Maybe this is our village's buffalo." The tiger led the buffalo back and said to the villagers, "If anyone has a lost buffalo, look. The owner of that buffalo is Mr. Ba." He immediately said happily, "Oh, thank you, Uncle Ho. That's my buffalo." Seeing that Tiger was sincere, Mr. Ba immediately proposed to the villagers, "I send Uncle Tiger to herd buffalo for the whole village, do you agree?" The villagers happily agreed. Tiger was trusted by everyone and built a tent close to the foot of the mountain. He happily said to himself, "Ha ha! From now on I have a house." From then on, every day, early in the morning, Tiger beat the bell as a signal. The villagers heard the sound of the bell and led the buffalo to his house. Tiger waited for the buffalo to arrive in large numbers and then drove the buffalo up the mountain. "Today we will go to the west side, over there. There is a lot of grass." In the afternoon, when the sun was just guarding the mountain, the tiger drove the animals back to the village. At the crossroads, he finished his duties because each animal automatically returned home, no longer afraid of getting lost. Although it was hard, the tiger felt happy with his work. In addition to the rice money the villagers gave him, he also more fortune. In January, on New Year's Day or whenever there is a death anniversary in a family, they often bring food to give him. One day, at sunset, Tiger met a strange man who came and said, "Hello, buffalo herder, please give me some water." The tiger gave the water and said, "Please drink. It's getting dark, why are you still hanging around here? What are you doing on this mountain?" "I'm a geography teacher. I missed my way looking for graves and unfortunately got lost. Dot. Dot." The tiger smiled and said, "Then please come to my house to rest later." "Thank you, Uncle. Then what could be better than dot. Dot." That night, the geography teacher stayed at Ho's house. He cooked rice and served it to guests. The geography teacher gratefully said, "Thank you, without you I would still be wandering right now on the mountain." From then on, the geologist went up the mountain every day to look for graves, and stayed at Ho's house at night. Having the geography teacher with him, Ho felt happy, so he treated him very well, invite him to eat tea to cool down. "You are very kind. I'm so lucky to have met you." Seeing that Tiger treated him wholeheartedly, the geologist wanted to find a way to repay the favor. One day, the geography teacher said to Ho, "Mr. Ho, you are really a good person, so do you want to be an official?" The tiger honestly replied, "I'm already very happy living like this. What's the point of being an official?" The geography teacher complimented, "Ha ha! Exclamation mark. You are certainly not greedy for power, but being an official is still better than living like this." The tiger immediately asked again, "But how can a woodcutter like me become an official?" The geography teacher smiled and said, "I'm telling the truth. I have found a grave." The white leg was a royal historian. It only took a few dozen days to discover it. "Because I want to repay your gratitude, and because I see that you also have blessings, you can enjoy the blessings of that grave. Therefore, you should dig up your parents' graves and bury them there to enjoy the blessings of becoming an official." Can't find them. His father's grave, so Ho listened to his teacher's advice, picked up his mother's grave and brought it home. "Let's try it. ... The geologist gave him a mandarin and 2 coins and told him to immediately buy things for a proper reburial. Then guide Tiger to bury his mother in the correct grave. After the reburial work was completed, a few days later the teacher said to him, "It's time for us to part ways. You should also worry about going to the capital to get married. Listen to my advice and you will succeed." The tiger immediately bowed. "Thank you, teacher. I will listen to your instructions." After the geography teacher left, Ho also said goodbye to the village, returned the cattle and buffaloes to them and left. Traveling and resting every night, it took nearly 10 days to reach the capital. When he arrived, he touched the back of his pants and saw that he still had 6 coins, so he immediately went into the restaurant to order food. At that time, someone in the restaurant was talking loudly to his friends. At a nearby table, Ho listened clearly. He just returned from a long trip. His wife bought eels to cook porridge for her husband. Unexpectedly, after finishing a bowl of eel porridge, he fell dead. His wife was arrested and interrogated by the officers, thinking she was having an affair and plotting to kill her husband, but no matter how much she was questioned, she still insisted that she was innocent. It wasn't until recently that she couldn't bear it anymore, so she admitted her crime. Tomorrow she will be executed. When Tiger heard it, he saw a flash of the story. We know the reason for this. After eating, Ho went straight to the mandarin's door, beat a drum to complain, and asked to come in to meet the minister. Seeing that he was dressed shabbily, the soldiers chased him out the door, but the tiger kept shouting loudly, so the soldiers took the tiger into the public street. Quan Thuong saw that and immediately asked, "That guy. Is there something unjust?" The tiger then replied, "Your Excellency, the woman convicted of killing her husband is innocent." Quan angrily asked again, "Why do you dare to say the opposite like that? She has already confessed." The tiger calmly replied, "My lord, it was because she couldn't stand the interrogation, so she confessed indiscriminately. Please postpone the execution of the death sentence so I can talk." The official was surprised. "On what basis do you say that she is innocent?" The tiger immediately responded, "Yes, there is a reason. She bought eels to buy poisonous snakes. I know that snake." The official asks, "Is it true?" "Yes, I will find it and bring it back for you to see in black and white." The mandarin immediately ordered a soldier to take Tiger to catch the snake. He told the soldier, "We have to go into the mountain to find it. I will try to catch that snake so I can punish her." The soldier also replied, "Yes, if you can't find it, you will be guilty of lying to that official." After 2 days of searching, Tiger also caught 2 snakes of that type. He said to the soldier, "Look. It's just like an eel, but it's venomous. If you eat it, you die." Tiger brought those 2 snakes to the official. "Sir, I have found them. Please see." Quan was surprised and said, "Wow. It's exactly like an eel, right? The tiger personally killed 2 snakes, then brought them to the mandarin and said, "Please give a dog a try and you'll know right away." After eating, the dog immediately fell down and died. Quan Thuong Tu stepped back and said, "Really disgusting? This snake venom is extremely toxic." So the case was made clear. After witnessing the incident, the mandarin immediately ordered, "You are right, now I forgive that woman. She is indeed innocent. You're very talented. If it weren't for your words, I would have unjustly killed someone." The mandarin made a paper to present to the king clearly stating the vindication. Thanks to that, the king knew that Ho was a talented and virtuous person, so the king immediately called him in to see his face. After asking, the king saw that Tiger responded intelligently. "So I ordered, considering that this young man has merited enlightenment in the country, I now appoint him as a royal historian." The tiger quickly bowed his head. "Thank you, Your Majesty." Since then, he took the full name Bui Cam Ho. Since the day Tiger became the imperial palace master, many mandarins in the court saw that he was still young, did not take the exam but was made a big mandarin, so they did not like him. They often said to each other, "Huh! An illiterate guy can be an official. How can he be a royal official with such a young face? Just wait and see. In any case, we have to let him make a mistake to feel humiliated." Ha ha! Those bad mandarins were very angry. They came up with another plan, telling the mandarin, "He will read the will later, turn off the lights." When it was Tiger's turn to kneel and recite the will, halfway through the poem, the ceremony mandarin secretly blew out the candle, thinking that Tiger would be confused, because stopping in the middle would be considered disrespectful to the king. But unexpectedly, Tiger had wisdom. He remembered it very well because he had previously studied the wishes very carefully, so he kept reading until the lamp was lit again. After reading, he bowed and withdrew. The king was very pleased and immediately praised Ho. "The royal historian is indeed a person with an extraordinary memory and is also very clever. I am very pleased with you." After being a mandarin for a while, although the material life in the palace was very full and happy, in his heart he always remembered his homeland. He knew that in his hometown there were often droughts, the land was plowed but rarely eaten. With worries in his heart, Ho decided to visit his hometown and find a way to help people overcome their suffering. Thinking so, Tiger immediately set out to visit his old village. He thought to himself, "It's been a long time, surely my people no longer recognize me?" Tiger walked to Mr. Ba's house. "Hello, Mr. Ba. Do you still remember me? I'm Bui Cam Ho. I used to herd buffaloes for the whole village." Mr. Ba exclaimed in surprise, "Huh! Oh my God! Is this Mr. Tiger? Who would have thought that Uncle Ho would now be an official? Dear people, come here to see the royal historian, the buffalo herdsman of our village in the past." When the villagers heard the news, young and old gathered to celebrate the tiger. Oh my God, who would have thought that Uncle Ho to be an official? That's right, this is an official. The mandarin herds buffalo. Tiger spent money to treat the villagers to a sumptuous feast. Everyone happily said, "Congratulations on your visit to the village." The tiger respectfully replied, "I also wish everyone good business and a prosperous harvest." From then on, Ho determined to find a way to help the villagers improve their land and bring water to make farming more convenient. One day, Tiger climbed up Honglin Mountain to look back at the old scene. He sadly said, "I remember the days when I herded buffalo on the mountain and lived alone." He went to his mother's grave and prayed, "I promised to help the villagers." On Dun Mountain, there is a stream of water flowing to the northeast. "I will bring that water to my village so that the people can benefit." Ho immediately invited officials from around the region to a meeting on Dun Mountain. Ho stood up and presented his intention. "I want to build a dam to block the stream, send water flowing through the northwest, irrigating the K-Trio field. I hope the officials will help me do this beneficial thing for the people." With the support of the mandarins, Ho commanded his soldiers to build dams to block the ravine and dig water diversion ditches. Not long after, the cool water from Dun Mountain flowed into K-Trio Field. Everyone cheered and shouted, "What a talent!" Quan Ho forced the water to flow according to his wishes for the people. Therefore, to this day, the villagers are always grateful to Bui Cam Ho, a poor buffalo herder who, thanks to his intelligence, became a mandarin and returned to worry about the well-being of his people. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.